Week 3. If you just didn't catch my live, posting the yoga class today because tomorrow I'm fully booked and tomorrow night I pack and Thursday I leave for Seattle. So I wanted to make sure that you get the yoga class in for this week. I also started my moon cycle today. So I'm returning this beautiful energy back down into the earth. So today's flow is going to be a little bit more gentle and slow. And we're going to avoid doing inversions. Inversion is anything where your head is below your heart. So downward dog, headstands, shoulder stands, handstands. Child's pose is a little bit of an inversion, but not too big of a deal. Because when you're on your period, when you're on your menstrual cycle, you want the assistance of gravity to help you release that energy that you no longer need. And so if you're going upside down, we're going against nature and we want to flow with nature. Okay. Let's find a comfortable seat. You got your mat, you have maybe a couple props, your water bottle. Let me make sure that we're streaming live into the group right now. Make sure I did it correctly. Boom. Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's take a seat. Let's get grounded, set our intention for our practice today. And I realized that in the past 2 videos, Shavasana, when I'm talking, it got a lot quieter. I didn't realize just how quiet I had gotten and that it maybe the mic didn't pick it up. So if you're having any issues hearing me during these videos, please leave a comment and let me know so that I can receive some feedback on all of this and be able to do it a little bit more consciously next time. So take a seat. Get the spine nice and straight, erect. Sit with purpose and intent. Closing your eyes. 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose. Let it go. Nice, long, slow, deep in through the nose. And let it go. Completely relaxing the body from the head all the way down through the feet and toes. Taking nice long inhalations and exhalations through your nose. Maybe sitting up a little bit taller. Relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the belly, the hips, the jaw. Tuning into our yama this week, which is asteya. This is non-stealing. Bringing your awareness into your yoga practice. Starting to look at maybe where we have used stealing in our yoga practice. Maybe we're comparing ourselves to others, trying to get our pose or our bodies to look like others' bodies. This is a form of coveting, a form of stealing. Just bringing all of your awareness and attention into your body on your mat. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands over your heart, either flat on your chest or in prayer position. And create your intention for your yoga practice today. Why are you on your mat today? When you're ready, inhale your intention into your heart space. Open mouth, send it out to the universe. Bring your hands down to your lap. Start to make some circles with your head, going nice and slow. First in one direction about 2 or 3 times. And then in the opposite direction 2 or 3 times. If you have neck injuries, just drop your chin to your chest and rock the head from shoulder to shoulder. No force, just allowing the head to get really heavy and roll around. Coming back up into a neutral position. Taking deep inhale through the nose. Ujjayi exhale. We're going to use our Ujjayi exhale still through this moon flow. However, like we've talked about before with our Mula Bandha and engaging that energy and bringing up and holding the floor of the pelvic wall up, because we're on our moon cycle, we want to keep all of this area more relaxed, okay? So it's going to be a lot more of a gentle flow. Just letting everything flow out of us. Take a couple breaths and really engage with your Ujjayi breathing. A deep inhale through the nose and an audible exhale through the nose with the back of the throat slightly constricted. Keeping the jaw nice and relaxed. Remove your block or bolster if you're sitting on it. Blink your eyes open. We're going to come into squat pose. So take your feet as wide as you need to, that it's comfortable. So you can maybe possibly get both feet flat on the ground. And just start rocking side to side, opening up the hips. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. When you're ready, coming down into a full squat, hands at heart center. It looks like our streaming was interrupted for a moment, so if there was a glitch, it's probably because of the rainy weather. Okay. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands down. Bring the feet in towards one another. Just start to rise up nice and slow, rolling the spine up. Coming up into a mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands through heart. Inhaling the arms out and up. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, hands through the heart. Inhale, arms out and up. Keep the tailbone slightly tucked. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale the arms up. This time keep them up. Interlace the fingers. Point the pointer fingers towards the sky. Inhale, you're trying to stretch up, but you're also trying to keep your shoulders back away from your ears. And maybe eventually one day your arms can move behind your ears. Inhaling, reach up. So keep your core engaged, but gently. We're not really pulling everything up and in. You're gently bringing it in. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, stretch over to the right side. Inhale up, stretch over to the left side. So we're not dropping and collapsing all of our weight into the side body. We're trying to reach up and over like we're going up and over the moon. Inhale up, exhale over. Stay here for a moment. Really shift your hips over to the left. Take a deep inhale. Maybe you come up a little bit. And as you exhale, you stretch and reach. Maybe you are able to come down a little bit more. Keep the chin up off the chest, maybe looking up at the sky. Inhale up. Exhale over the other side, baby steps. So really ground down through the feet. Shift the hips over to the right. Take a deep inhale and stretch up. Exhale, go over the moon. Deep inhale. Exhale, fold over. Deep inhale and stretch over. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, separate the feet. Point the toes out. We're going to come down into goddess pose. Inhale up, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. And stay. You can keep your arms out to the side. You can bring them to your heart center. You can make a downward facing triangle. This is a very self-healing tip when you're on your moon cycle. Maybe just bounce up and down a couple times. Nice and gently and slow. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Bring your arms out. Point the right toes towards the top of the mat. Left toes turn inward, 45-degree angle. Straighten the hips. Send the hips back. Reach the arms forward. Come into triangle pose. You might need a block here to lean on. So you want it like you are coming in between two walls. Okay, so you're not leaning over like this. You want the shoulders stacked on top of one another. The back top left hip is reaching back for the back wall. The legs are engaged, quads are engaged. Gently bringing the core in. Breathe. 3 rounds of breath. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Bend the front knee. Set your elbow on top of the knee and come into side angle pose. I need to widen my stance for this pose to get down as low as I can go for what's comfortable for my body. You want the bottom hand open, so you're receiving energy coming up, not closed and not closed. Closed and closed. Breathe. 3 rounds of breath. Your legs are engaged. It's your core holding you up here. So maybe practice lifting your elbow up off your knee, bending a little lower. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step the foot back. Come down, gentle chaturanga. Knees, chest, butt is up in the air. Come all the way down on the belly. Inhale for mini cobra. Exhale, push up and back. And you're going to step to the top of the mat. Squat pose again. Okay? 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, rise up slowly, bring the feet back towards one another, round the spine up, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step the foot back. Come into goddess pose again. Star pose, sorry. Goddess pose. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. So squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Kind of tuck your tailbone down towards the ground. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Maybe you can see if you can come up on one tippy toe. And then maybe the other tippy toe. And maybe you can stay like this for a moment. 3 rounds of breath. Find your drishti. Your drishti is a spot in front of you that doesn't move. And your gaze at it. This is going to help you keep your focus and your breath. Inhale into star, bring the heels down. Exhale, hands at heart. Now turn the left toes to the top of the mat. Back toes 45-degree angle. Both legs are straight, engaged. Send the right hips back. Reach forward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Triangle pose. So legs are engaged. My knee joints overextend back, so I have to keep a little bit of a bend in my front knee so that I'm not damaging the tissues behind my knee. Okay. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Keep working on opening that back shoulder, but not throwing the arm back. Eventually, little to no weight in this front hand. You're using your core to keep you up. For an added challenge, you can bring your arms up overhead. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend the front knee, come into side angle pose. So get situated first, and then bring the arm up. 3 rounds of breath. Deep inhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step the front foot back, gentle chaturanga. All the way to the belly. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale, push back. Step the feet up, squat. Three rounds of breath. And begin to make your way up, however you wish. Bring your hands to your sides, find mountain pose. Okay, we're gonna move through that. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step left foot back. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. And hold. 3 rounds of breath. Find your drishti. Come up on your toes if you want. Inhale up to star. Exhale, hands to heart. Turn the top toes. Right toes out, left toes back. Straighten the legs. Send the hips back as you reach forward, as you inhale, exhale, triangle pose. 3 rounds of breath. Bend the knee. Get situated. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring that top shoulder back away from the ear. It's rolling down your back, but you're not throwing the arm back. You shouldn't feel a lot of stretch in the shoulder area. When you're stretching your arm too far back, it's actually creating the stress system. So it's releasing unnecessary stress hormones into the body when you're putting yourself into these positions while you're holding it. And everything's real tense. Shtaram Sukham Asanam. Sweet, steady pose. Find the sweetness and the steadiness in your pose. Use your breath. And after you've done 3 rounds of breath, bring your hands down to your mat. Step the front foot back. Gentle chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Come back, step up into squat pose. 3 rounds of breath. I like to close my eyes during this portion and reconnect with my intention. And then begin to make your way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step the opposite foot back again. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. And hold. 3 rounds of breath. You can do it. Might be shaking. Shaking is a good thing. It's helping us to release stored trauma in the body. It's helping us to reprogram thoughts. Inhale up into star. Exhale, hands to heart. Get set up for triangle. Inhale, reach forward, hips back. Exhale, full position. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Maybe finding your drishti either on the ground, out in front of you, maybe up on the ceiling or the sky, if you happen to be doing this outside. Three rounds of breath. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step the front foot back. Easy chaturanga. Nice and slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, squat pose. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, step the foot back. Goddess pose, star pose. And goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. And hold. You can also put your hands on your knees and stretch out the shoulders a little bit if that feels good for you. You can do movements with the arms if that feels good for you. You can bring energy up and allow it to go down. Inhale, star. Exhale, set up. Triangle pose, straighten the legs, engage, reach forward, hips back. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, full position. Bend the knee. Inhale up, extended side angle. Bring your hands down to the mat. Front foot goes back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Squeeze your shoulder blades as you're lowering yourself down. Bring yourself up to Cobra. Exhale. Let's come into a child's pose for a couple moments. Reconnect with your intention. Reconnect with your breath. If you've built up some heat in the body, go ahead and exhale out through your mouth and release some of the heat in the body. This is still about finding balance. Slowly rolling all the way up. Place your hands at the top of your mat. Tuck your toes. Bring yourself up into a down dog just for a moment to maybe stretch your legs out a little bit. Then I want you to bring your right foot to the top of the mat. You're going to pop the left foot back up and in so that your feet are about maybe 2 feet apart. Again, blocks are our friend. So we're going to come into pyramid pose. Pyramid pose is really amazing for the thyroid. So if you are having thyroid issues or situations, this is really amazing for it. We're going to bend the front knee, and you're going to bring your forehead towards the kneecap. So you're really getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck, but constricting the front of the neck. We're going to use the Ujjayi breath to help cleanse out the thyroid, to help cleanse it out and stimulate it. So bring the forehead towards the kneecaps. Doesn't have to make it there. You can have your hands on a block. You can have your hands on the floor. You want to keep working on pulling. Keep working on pulling that right hip back. So I put my thumb in my hip crease and I pull my right hip back. If you bring your left hand up on your sacrum, this is going to be nice and flat. It's not going to be, your hips are going to be even, okay? So work on pulling that right hip back, bringing the left hip forward, knee towards the chin. Forehead towards the knee, and focus. 3 rounds of breath. Let's do 2 more breaths just for good measure. Excellent. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Take your back foot out. Come into a nice low lunge. If you want to drop your knee, we're going to drop the knee. We're going to come into a twist. So coming on up, maybe stretching into that front hip a little bit. Stretching into this left psoas. You want to make sure that the knee does not go over the ankle. So you're pulling your left knee and your right ankle towards one another energetically. Okay? Maybe you come up with your hands up on your thigh. Take a deep inhale. When you're ready, let's bring our left knee across the right, or our left elbow across the right knee. Bring your hands towards one another in a prayer position. And you can stay here. Every time you inhale, you lengthen the spine. Every time you exhale, you twist. So you first want to pull the belly in and twist the belly, then the ribs, then the shoulders, then the neck, then the head, then the eyes. Okay? If you can come down, you're comfortable like this, you want to tuck the back toes and lift the back leg, you can do that. Okay? Deep inhale. Exhale, twist. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist. And then slowly release. Bring the head back around, the arms down to your mat. Let's just slide back, sitting down and coming into a hamstring stretch on this side. So keeping the right toes flexed towards the face. Keeping the spine a little bit more straight, not round. We're not dumping down. We're trying to get our forehead towards our toes. Three rounds of breath. Slowly come up out of it. And let's come into squat pose again. So if you've noticed, our squat pose in this flow is pretty much just like our down dog in the more of a yang flow. So we're using this kind of as a resting posture. 3 rounds of breath. Planting your hands. Toe heel the feet in. Step the right foot back. And let's just walk the hands all the way around. Step the left foot up. Oh no, sorry. That was incorrect. Just come up from squat pose. Send the right foot back, and we're gonna do triangle pose on this side. So your feet are not in alignment like you're on one bar or one plank of wood. They're a little bit separated. So find your position. This hamstring, this area is a lot tighter on me on this side, so I can feel it a lot differently. So take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring forehead towards the kneecap. Maybe pulling that left hip back, the right hip up. Checking the sacrum, making sure it's nice and flat. Keeping your chin relaxed, keeping your jaw relaxed. Deep ujjayi breaths. Two more breaths. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Deep inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Slowly start to come up out of it. Separate the legs a little bit more. Coming down onto the knee. Coming up, bringing the hands to the thigh. Getting a nice psoas stretch on the right side. Toes are untucked. The knee is above the ankle, not in front of the ankle or toes. Breathing into this. Stretching it out. Energetically pulling the right knee and the left heel towards one another. So this is going to allow you to roll onto the top of the right kneecap. This is going to be a lot easier on the knees than being right on the middle of the kneecap on floors. If you are on a really hard floor and you don't have a cushiony mat, maybe place a blanket under your knees if this bothers your knees. Okay, we're going to come into the twist. So bringing the arms up, right elbow across left knee. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist the belly first. Sometimes I like to pull the belly around. And then the shoulders, deep inhale. Exhale, twist the head, the neck. 3 rounds of breath. And bringing the hands down to the mat. Sitting back onto your heel. Getting a nice hamstring stretch on the left side. So twists, anytime you're doing a twist in yang yoga or yin yoga, it's extremely detoxifying and cleansing for the liver. Some of you may or may not know that we carry and store anger in our liver. So probably want to get that on the move. Get that out. 3 rounds of breath. Again, spine is more erect, trying to get the forehead to the toes, not the forehead down. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. All right. I'm going to come into a yin butterfly. We did this last week. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, and you want the feet far enough away from the body so it makes a nice big triangle stretch. This is a really great hip opener. And then let the body fall over where it wants. Do not push or pull yourself down, because this is a yin stretch and we are relaxing our belly. It's the moon, there's a moon flow. So relaxing this whole area. So if you pull yourself down, you can put too much pressure on the lumbar vertebrae. You can really injure yourself or slip a disc. So just let everything relax and let the body fall over where it wants. Sometimes I like to use a block for my forehead. You can use 2 blocks for your forehead if you want to lean on. You can use a pillow or a bolster right across this area to lean on. So get whatever props you need so that you can be in yin postures as comfortably as possible, because with yin, we're moving past the muscle into the connective tissue, the fascia, and it's like a rubber band. You don't want to stretch it too fast. It'll snap. So you want to do it nice and slow. So the more comfortable the rest of the body is, the more relaxed the rest of the body is, the more open you're going to be able to get your connective tissue and fascia, thus being able to release more and more of these stored emotions that are in your body. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the eyelids. We talked last week about the importance of devotion in our practice. So this would be a great time to kind of bow down and send some appreciation and devotion to Mother Earth for this very feminine energy that you're releasing from your body on your moon cycle. And if you're not on your moon cycle, or you're watching this on my YouTube and you're a man, you can still bow down in devotion to Mother Earth or whomever you want. Again, we're going to be in this posture for about 4 more minutes. I'm going to read to you a little bit about Asteya, our yama for the week. From Sri Swami Satchitananda. Asteya, non-stealing. To one established in non-stealing, all wealth comes. If we want to become the world's richest people, this is a very simple way. There's no need to get into the stock market or even go to work. Just practice non-stealing. All of us are thieves, knowingly and unknowingly. We steal things from nature. With every minute, with each breath, we pick nature's pocket. Whose air do we breathe? It is nature's, but that doesn't mean we should stop breathing and die. Instead, we should receive each breath with reverence and use it to serve others. Then we are not stealing. So this is a basic concept of energy exchange. right? What you take, you want to give out. And what you give out, you end up receiving. If we accept it and don't give anything in return, we are thieves. We steal because of greed. We want to do a little and get a lot. Many people go to the office and just sit around, use the phone to make their own appointments all day, take free supplies from the supply room, and accept their paycheck at the end of the week. Aren't they stealing that money? Do we not also steal other people's ideas? If we are completely free from stealing and greed, contented with what we have, and if we keep our minds serene, all wealth comes to us. If we do not run after it, before long, it runs after us. If nature knows we aren't greedy, she gains confidence in us, knowing we will never hold her for ourselves. Asteya serves as a revelation of how we might be thieves, but not in obvious ways. Shoplifting or taking something without permission is the literal form of stealing, but we all steal from nature daily. We also steal from ourselves and others daily. We take without giving back. Ideally, we would revere what is given to us and not make our lives wasteful. We deliberately serve this world without asking for anything in return. We take and get upset when nature takes things back through natural disasters. We also take animals selfishly without thought or consideration. We steal energy from people when we are self-centered and do not pay attention to where we can be of service. Instead, we think about how we can be served. The moment you shift from greed to contentment, you'll never need to steal again. You'll understand the value of nature and animals. You'll feel complete. Nature will serve you and provide as needed. Reflect on where else we may steal unconsciously. Me, myself, and mine are our enemies. The words me, myself, and mine are our enemies. This is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to do a seated twist. So instead of watching me, I want you to listen to me. So this is going to help you to really tune in to how I explain a pose and to finding how the pose is best felt in your body. So on our mats, we're going to come to a seated position for seated spinal twist pose. Extend your legs straight out in front. Bend your right leg and place your right foot to the outside of your left thigh on the floor. Knee pointing up. I'll say that again. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Bend your right leg and place your right foot to the outside of your left thigh on the floor, knee pointing up. Place your right hand behind your back on the floor and cross your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Hold for 5 breaths and switch sides. Observe yourself. After 5 rounds of breath, begin to unwind. I like to take a counter bow bow, a counter bow on the opposite side to neutralize my spine, and then I switch. Sometimes I also like to hug my knee into my body first, and then take the elbow across. Remember twisting at the belly first, and then the ribs, and then the shoulders, and then the head, and then the eyeballs. And after 5 rounds of breath, slowly untwist. Maybe take a counter stretch. Come on up. Bring yourself all the way down into Shavasana. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side to help neutralize the spine a little bit. Legs extended long. I like to shake my legs out and let the feet flop open. I like to tuck my shoulder blades down behind me so it helps to open my heart and open my chest. Palms face up if you're on your moon cycle and you want to again have that downward facing triangle with the hands on your lower belly or woman area. Beginning to relax all the muscles in your body. Relaxing all the muscles in your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, your ears. Just letting yourself become really heavy on the floor. Releasing the Ujjayi breath if you have not done this yet. Taking nice deep inhales and exhales, either through the nose or exhaling through the mouth. Allowing the spine to completely melt down into the floor. All the muscles in the back. All the muscles in your chest. All your internal organs. Your stomach all the way down through your lower belly. Your shoulders. Letting your arms get heavier and heavier, melting down into the earth, all the way through your palms and fingers and thumbs. And your jaw is completely relaxed. Your tongue has fallen away from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your hips. All the muscles in the pelvic region. Your thighs, all the way down through your knees. Your shins, your calves. Heels, arches of the feet and toes. You can continue to lay here if you wish. You can begin to make your way up into a seated position as we do a guided meditation. For a moment, I want you to just notice how much different you feel now compared to when you first got on your mat today. Take 3 really deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose. Fill up the body as full as you can, all the way up through the crown of the head. Hold it for a moment. Breathe in a little bit more air. Slightly part the lips and exhale as slow as you can through the mouth. Squeezing all of the air out at the bottom. Again, inhale. Fill the entire body up. From the root, from the ground, all the way up through the crown of the head. Hold it. Maybe suck in a little bit more air. Slowly exhale, this time through the nose. I'm working on getting the exhale longer than the inhale. Anytime we're doing any kind of breathing techniques, when the exhale is longer than the inhale, you're helping the body to come back into rest, relax, and not be in fight or flight. It helps just switch off the sympathetic nervous system and bring you back into parasympathetic nervous system. Deep inhale. Hold. Slowly exhale through the nose. Now return to a natural breath. I want you to imagine that you are sitting on a piece of the earth. You're sitting in a landscape of the earth. I want you to begin to just really notice where you're at. Are you sitting on dirt, grass? Maybe you're sitting on a rock in water. Start to really observe where you've landed. What does the earth that you're sitting on, what does it feel like? What is the texture? What is the color? What sounds do you hear? Do you see any animals? Do you hear any animals? So you're sitting here and allowing your energy to drop even further down into Mother Earth, connecting with this earth element, the root chakra, realizing that you are safe and you are secure, that all of your needs are met. To activate this root chakra, you can chant, I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. Or you can chant the bija, seed sound of the root chakra, Lam, L-A-M, Lam. You can chant it out loud, chant it silently. So just take a couple moments, get really grounded and rooted, and deep appreciation for this earth. When you notice your mind has wandered, gently bring it back to your breath, maybe back to the mantra. Maybe starting to repeat to yourself now, I am safe, I am secure, all my needs have been met. I am safe, I am secure, all my needs are met. I am safe, I am secure, all my needs are met. Keep dropping your energy down into the earth. Just notice all of this amazing mystical beauty around you. Thinking of how the earth literally supports you every day with little things like gravity and oxygen. Remembering all the beauty that the earth gives us and the constant exchange of energy. Without feeling safe and grounded, we cannot possibly begin to move our energies up through the other chakras purposefully. Feel free to stay in this space. You can get up and explore this beautiful nature land. You are completely safe in this space. If there are animals with you, they can act as your guides and your protectors. Thank you for allowing me to guide you today. The light in me acknowledges, honors, and loves the light in all of you. Namaste.